Yes, it's a power bank, and it's quite a big one actually. It's 20,000 milliamps of power apparently, and it does 65 watts, so 20,000 milliamps power bank. Now, why would you want one of these? Well, say for instance, you're sitting on the beach and you're running out of battery on your phone or your tablet or even your laptop, and you need to charge it fast and there's no connections anywhere. Power bank, of course. Or if you're out fishing, again, in the middle of nowhere, who are you going to call? The power bank, of course. You could use it for hiking, camping, travelling, or just out and about. These are very handy. I have two. I have a small one, just a little tiny one, just for, you know, if I'm only going on a short trip. And I have a bigger one, it's even bigger than this, for if I'm going on holiday or something, just to make sure that if I go out and about somewhere, I've got a backup to charge up my phone. So, what do you get for your money? Well, obviously you get the power bank, you get a USB Type-C to USB Type-C connection for charging it up, you get some instructions, and you get the box, which looks quite nice, and it says, I think that's how you pronounce it, ASPERX. I could be totally wrong. And also, you get a nice display. Let me just quickly show you by turning it on. So it says it's 75% charged at the moment, and there should be some more numbers come up there once you plug it into something for charging up, just so you know you're actually charging it up. Now we have, let's see if I can read this right, starting from the left, USB Type-C connection for in-out, USB Type-C connection 2 for out only. So in-out is for, you can charge this up, so power to charge this up, or if you need a connection to this for powering up, say for instance your phone, it does charging up as well. And a standard USB-A, which is just for charging. But it should be quite a quick charge, I would have thought as well. So far so good. I am going to give it a full charge to start with because my phone has 78% on it at the moment, and I want to see how well she charges my phone up and how much usage she actually uses. So give me a second while I'll give her a full charge, give this 100% charge, and then we'll see how much I drain it depending on how much is on my phone left. If that makes sense. Let's get on with it, shall we? So it's fully charged now, it's on 100% as you can see. Now before I start charging up my phone, I'm just going to go through a couple of different cables and why it's important for you to get the right cable. Now this is the one that comes with it. So that will go either in there or in there, and then into my phone for charging up. And it will give you how much wattage is going in there. So it's between 8 and 9 because it does fluctuate a little bit. So it's on 9 at the moment, but it did fluctuate slightly. So probably just under 9 watts according to that. 8, 9. And then that goes off, but it doesn't mean it's not charging. It's still showing it's charging. And that's on 81% at the moment. So that's charging, that works perfectly, and that is in the in-out connection. I'm going to take it out of there and plug it into the other connection, just to prove that they both work and both produce the same amount of wattage. Yeah, perfect. No issues there whatsoever. Now, what about the USB one? So let's get a cable out, one of these. So this is the USB standard, so that will go hopefully in there, if I can get her in. Come on, stop messing me about. So that goes in there, and then again that will go in there. And again about 8 to 9 watts. So all three work. There's something you should bear in mind. Not all cables are equal. Some do not give you power. So make sure that when you do try something like this, you've got the right cable, and the best way to do it is just to plug it in and see what happens. Unplug that, so you know that one works. So it's a good way of testing your cables as well, to see if they're giving you power, or giving out power, or transferring power, I should say. So again, now this one has Thunderbolt connection on one end and a USB Type-C connection on the other, or on the same ends actually. It's a splitter. Again, plug that in, see what we get, and not so good. 6 watts. I'm going to unplug that and then plug it back in again, see if it changes. See what I mean? Not all cables are equal. Now, you would have thought this would have been better than this one, but as you can see, it's not. This one gives more power than this one, or transfers more power. So I had to stop it there because for whatever reason, the wattage kept dropping off, right down to about 2% or 2 watts. And I thought, that's not right. So I did contact them and they said, well, perhaps it got damaged in transit. So they sent me another one. So now I've got 2. Look out for a giveaway coming up soon, hopefully. So I tried the other one and it done exactly the same. Now, luckily for me, I do have a brand new phone to hand. So I plugged it into that just to see. And amazingly, I've got 18 watts. Yeah, it's giving me 18 watts of power. So I think it's down to the phone. This is quite an old phone now. I've had it for about, I don't know, about 4 years, I think, something like that. So yeah, it's quite an old phone. The battery's also probably deteriorating over a period of time. And I tried it on another old phone and done exactly the same. Was only giving it about 8 watts and then that would drop down. So it's definitely down to the age of the phones. So if you've got a brand new phone, you should get a very good charge, or even a laptop, you should get even better, hopefully, anyway. So it's not down to this. I do believe that 100% now, because I've tried it. Now, I could say, well, you could just get one of your other power banks and use that, but they don't tell me the wattage. They don't tell me how much wattage is going through. Well, this does, so it gives you a good indication of how quick it's charging it up and how much wattage is going in. So it's very handy to have that display. And also you can have it being powered up as well, or being charged up while you're charging up the device, if you wanted to. And you can have up to 3 devices being plugged in at the same time. Now it will split the power going in to them 3 devices. It will work it out, and it works it out pretty well. Yes, I did try it with 3 different devices all plugged in at the same time. I used a tablet, phone, and my microphone set, my DJI microphone charging station, all plugged in at the same time. And yeah, it worked fine. No issues with that whatsoever. I did find something a little bit weird, and it did confuse me a little bit. And that is, when I have a USB Type-C connection plugged in here, and then plug the USB Type-C connection into my tablet, it wouldn't power it up. And I thought, well, that's a bit weird. So I've got one of my other power banks, one of my old ones, and I tried it on there. And it wouldn't work as well. I thought, oh, it can't be the power bank, it's got to be my tablet. For whatever reason, it doesn't like using USB Type-C connection to USB Type-C connection for charging. Because when I plugged in USB standard, and then the other end had USB Type-C connection, it charged it up. And that worked on this and my old power bank. And I thought, well, that's a bit strange. So for whatever reason, there's something in the hardware or software on my tablet that is stopping it from getting a charge from a power bank using Type-C connection to Type-C connection. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know. Now, I can't actually tell you how long it will take to charge up your phone, depending on how much wattage is going in. Like I said, we were getting about 8 watts on this, and that dropped down to about 2 watts. But on my new phone, it was giving me 18 watts. So yeah, definitely gets my thumbs up. I like the fact you can see how much is going through there. And also, because you can see how much is going through there, you can see if you have a really good cable, or not so good cable, or even a bad cable for charging up. So with that, as always, I will stick links in the video description below for you to go and check them out. They might be affiliated link, but it doesn't cost you any more money if you decide to click on them links and go and buy one of these. It is exactly the same price. And also, look out for a giveaway I will be doing on this new one. Well, I might as well, I don't want to, do I? So look out for that as well. So with that in mind, if you like this video, you know what to do, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on the bell for notifications. Thank you very much for watching.